Only the screen is there, is not?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
No?
I'm able to see. Good morning, everyone. I'm
Good
able to
morning.
see. I'm able to see Mrs. John.
All right, good.
Hello.
Hello, ma.
Meenakshi.
Ma'am. Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, good morning.
Welcome, ma'am. Welcome.
Where is Mrs. Hanifa?
Yeah, Hanifa. Yeah, Hanifa, miss. Good morning, miss.
Good morning.
Mrs. Deepa.
I'm here.
Good morning.
Hello.
Good morning, Hanifa, madam.
Sir has come,
Let's
sir.
switch on the video.
Sir has joined.
Yes.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Sir, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
கீழே போயிடுச்சு பழமலை சாரோடது.
We have to request our correspondent, sir, to switch on his mic, right? Sir, we request you to please switch on your mic, sir. Correspondent, sir. Sir, your mic is off. Is it okay? Can we start the program, sir?
Can we wait for a minute? Dr. Hanifa Ghosh is finding it difficult to join. Can we wait for her to just settle her
We can, and even our correspondent has to switch on the mic.
Yes.
So can I call him?
Good morning, sir.
Sir.
Ma'am, can you... Ma'am, can you ask correspondent sir to switch on the mic, ma'am?
Yeah, it is muted. We have to send a message. Because it is muted, whatever we say. Switch on mic.
He's speaking, but cannot.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes.
Now it's okay.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Chair before.
Dr. Ghosh has joined. Welcome, ma'am. The audio has to be switched on. Sir, can we start the program?
You can start, ma'am.
Can we all mute our mics?
Is it still remote, ma'am?
No, sir, it's fine.
Ah,
It's fine. Miss Anuba, Assistant Professor of Commerce, is the Master of Ceremonies for today's program. She will now formally begin the birthday celebrations. Over to Anuba.
Thank you. Good morning to one and all present here. It's been my immense pleasure in hosting and being a part of this day. I take it as a pride to welcome the entire gathering for the 80th birthday celebration of our Managing Trustee and Correspondent, Thiruvel Palamalai, IAS retired. Happy 80th birthday, sir. When you look back over 80 years, we hope that your memories are warm ones. When you celebrate today, we hope that your heart is filled with love and joy. When you look forward to the future, we hope that all your dreams and wishes come true. Let us begin this day by paying respect to the state of Tamil Nadu, followed by invoking the presence of the Almighty.
எத்திசையும் புகழ் மணக்க இருந்த பெரும் தமிழனங்கே தமிழனங்கே உன் சீரிழமை திறந்து எந்த செயல் மறந்து வாழ்த்ததுமே வாழ்த்ததுமே வாழ்த்ததுமே.
Blessed be your name in the land that is plentiful, where the streams of abundance flow. Blessed be your name. Blessed be your name when I'm found in the desert place. Though I walk through the wilderness, blessed be your name. Every blessing you pour out, I'll turn back to praise. When the darkness closes in, Lord, still I will stay. Blessed be the name of the Lord. Blessed be your name. Blessed be the name of the Lord. Blessed be your glorious name. Blessed be your name when the sun's shining down on me, when the world's all as it should be. Blessed be your name. Blessed be your name on the road marked with suffering, though there's pain in the offering. Blessed be your name. Every blessing you pour out, I'll turn back to praise. When the darkness closes in, Lord, still I will say, blessed be the name of the Lord. Blessed be your name. Blessed be the name of the Lord. Blessed be your glorious name.
Hospitality is unarguably one of the defining qualities of our CTTE college. Our measurable hearts do become immeasurable when our guests are around us. As we join together to celebrate this joyous occasion, our hearts are inspired with the joy on your readiness to be with us. Thus, to formally welcome the gathering, may I now invite our Principal Madam, Dr. S. Devi, to address the virtual gathering.
Good morning, everyone. People have to be celebrated. Great people have to be valued. They set down our traditions. They define our value systems. Today, with the help of science and technology, we have gathered here in a virtual manner to celebrate the life and achievements of a great leader. Our beloved and respected Managing Trustee and Correspondent, PALAMALAI, retired IAS officer who guides and supports CTTE Trust and all the educational institutions under its banner. On behalf of the students and teachers and staff of Chevalier C. Thomas Elizabeth College for Women, I am extremely happy to welcome all of you for the 80th birthday celebrations of our dear correspondent. The esteemed Chairman of the CTTE Trust, Honorable Justice J. Kanakaraj, Madam Florence Kanakaraj, have joined this G-Meet. Respected Sir, respected Madam, we welcome both of you for today's celebrations. Thank you for sparing your precious time to be with us today. I welcome our respected Managing Trustee and Correspondent, PALAMALAI Sir, retired IAS officer, and Madam Indra PALAMALAI for this virtual function. Sadabhishekam is when a person completes 80 years on earth, having seen some 1,000 moons. Happy birthday, sir. Mrs. Leela Madhavan, Trustee, CTTE Trust, has honored us with her presence. Dear Madam, we welcome you. Thank you for your presence. I greet Mr. T. Shakthidhar, Trustee, CTTE Trust. Welcome, sir. Thank you for joining us. Our mentor and dynamic principal, former principal, Dr. Hanifa Ghosh, has graced this grand meet. Dear Madam, we welcome you for this August gathering. Thank you. I welcome my colleagues who have shown great coordination along with Dr. Meenakshi during this pandemic, combining multitasking, home administration, college admissions, online high-quality class preparations, Google Meet teachings, Google Classroom hosting activities. I salute my dear colleagues and I welcome them for today's program. The staff from the CTTE Trust have worked along with the staff of CTTE College Office and the supporting staff of the Trust and the supporting staff of the college. Together have worked together continuously the last 2 months. And we salute all their work, their cooperation. I welcome each and every one of them for today's meeting. students have joined this meeting via live YouTube link. Hundreds of students have joined. I welcome you all, dear students, for the wonderful cooperation you have given for the online classes, the way you have responded, the current batches, and also the batch which is now with us for the third year. We have now 2 third-year batches. The student council members, the student clubs, the class leaders, the NSS members, CTC, all of them have continuously worked during this pandemic. I respect their work and I welcome each one of them. One word of recognition to the computer science departments, BCA and computer science. Number of programs they have organized. Commendable work they have done. I welcome especially the staff and students of these departments to these meetings. I welcome you all once again for this beautiful birthday celebration. Thank you.
Thank you, madam, for your kind words of welcome that will make our guests feel at home here. We shall now have a short video on the achievements of CTTE Trust. Our next clip. Our next clip shall be the biopic of Managing Trustee and Correspondent, sir.
Space 6.
We now have our Vice Principal Madam, Head Department of Physics, Dr. R. Meenakshi, presenting a small birthday tribute to our sir.
Honorable Chairman Justice J. Kanagaraj, former Judge of the High Court, Chennai, beloved Madam Mrs. Florence Kanagaraj, respected Managing Trustee and Correspondent Sri L. PALAMALAI IAS retired, beloved Madam Mrs. Indra PALAMALAI, respected beloved former Principal Dr. Hanifa Ghosh, dear Principal Dr. S. Devi, dear Trustees Mrs. Leela John and Mr. Saktidhar, special invitees, deans, staff, teaching and non-teaching, members of the trust, my dear students. Good morning to each one of you. We are hereby to celebrate our dear correspondent's 80th birthday. It is our privilege to be the part of this beautiful function via G-Meet. I thank God Almighty for giving this opportunity through technology. Our correspondent has a great vision and has supported the institution from 2003 and has built a strong system of education accompanied with philanthropy and has supported us along with our dynamic principal, Dr. Hanifa Ghosh. And with God's grace, the college is accredited by NAC with grade A. The IAS Academy, bank coaching, NEET, JEE coaching are some of the contributions of CTTE Trust to the people of North Chennai. Effective staff welfare scheme have been brought in by the Trust. Several new programs have been added to the college like BBA, BCA, BCom Accounting Finance, MPhil, English and Commerce, BSc Chemistry, BSc Psychology, and MSW. Many departments were empowered with additional section. PG and research program have been initiated. The college sanction strength rose to 2,900. Our college is officially now an excellence center initiating spoken tutorial training, NME-ICT, MHRD, Government of India. It is also a local chapter of NPTEL, an initiative of MHRD. An LMS, G Suite has been introduced for teachers to facilitate online teaching. Idea and Innovation Council, an MHRD initiative, and an active entrepreneurship development cell has been created. The college is also blessed with 3 new buildings and other infrastructural facilities like Justice J. Kanagaraj Auditorium with a seating capacity of about 700, fully automated library, which has the following: Autolib management software, DSpace repository, 14 LAN connected computers, and remote access to NList, NDL, British Council resources, and Sage management journals, web opaque access and Wi-Fi connectivity, about 20,000 books, 700 back volumes, 350 projects, 362 educational studies, including NPTEL lectures, subscription to 50 printed journals, 32 magazines, 11 newspapers. We have a e-resource section with 14 computers. Apart from this, we have aesthetically renovated college entrance, an indoor sports stadium, a language lab, ADAPT, computer lab, physics lab, chemistry lab, and all renovated. Solar panels to produce 50 kilowatt electricity per month, smart boards, lecture halls, a biogas unit, landscaping and rainwater harvesting structures. And we have a free fine arts academy, yoga and martial arts, a very spacious staff and students canteen. I am proud to say that our trust has also been supported our students in their economic necessities as recommended by our principal, Dr. Hanifa Ghosh. We are privileged to be the stakeholders of this esteemed educational institution under their leadership. On behalf of the faculty, I pray to God that our dear correspondent be blessed with peace of mind and good health and continue to support us in all our future endeavors. Thank you.
Thank you, madam. Here comes the most interesting and interactive session for the day, where we have our dignitaries sharing their cherishable memories with our correspondent, sir. I would like to first invite our chairman, Honorable Justice J. Kanagaraj, retired Judge, Madras High Court, to felicitate our correspondent, sir, by conveying his warm wishes to him. Welcome, sir.
Indra PALAMALAI, members of the Trust Board, of the CTTE Trust, Dr. Hanifa Ghosh, and all those who are watching this program on YouTube or other signals. Let me first wish Mr. and Mrs. PALAMALAI a long life, a happy 80th birthday, and a very long life, maybe up to 100 years. That is nothing nowadays. Living up to 100 years is not very difficult nowadays. You may all be wondering how Mr. PALAMALAI came into this institution. I have told you many times that I was the person who had the idea of inviting PALAMALAI to this institution. But I am now slowly changing my view because I think the institution CTTE or CTTE Trust and all the schools and the College for Women, they are all greatly indebted to Mr. PALAMALAI because he accepted to become the managing trustee of this institution. It is we, the schools and the trust, who should be indebted to Mr. PALAMALAI for his becoming a managing trustee. We must pray that he should continue as managing trustee forever. In other words, we think Mr. PALAMALAI should be the permanent managing trustee of this institution. Whatever he has done for the institution and the trust, it is because of his acumen, legal acumen, he has developed in himself. You all know that the institution went through very difficult times. And when we took over, I never thought that Mr. PALAMALAI will be able to guide us to this extent. It is all because he had the experience, the knowledge. His financial acumen was so great that in difficult times he led the college and the other institutions, financially and otherwise. He brought the institutions out of difficulty and slowly built up a very high standard. He had one building in Kottayam. We have a second building in the college, all built up with bank loans and without any other difficulty. Everything has been done by them. It's all because of Mr. PALAMALAI. Every small improvement in any of the schools or the college can be attributed only to Mr. PALAMALAI. No other person can take advantage of such situations, because I am of the opinion that it was due to PALAMALAI and PALAMALAI alone that the institute institutions have grown up. Even during the pandemic period, he calmly led the institution and also was able to pay salary to the teachers to the best extent, much better than some other private institutions around us. I have seen his wife, and I'm bold to say that there cannot be a more pious or religious woman than Mrs. Indira Palamalaai. And Mr. Palamalai used to adjust to her so well that they are an ideal couple. Only people who know them personally will understand that they are so ideally matched. She is a very quiet woman. She will not utter any word. Very rarely does she come to the institution. And I wish both of them a very long life, good health. And I request Mr. Palamalai to continue in this institution in some capacity or other, so that the institution will not go down again. I have worked with him in the taxation tribunal for a year or two. It was greatly rewarding that he was a quiet judicial officer and he used to write judgments in taxation matters very clearly because he knows the subject very well. Taxation is something like daily food for him. He is thorough with such matters. You can ask, even today you can ask him any doubt about taxation and he will be ready to answer. But what I am surprised is that after retirement, he could study the institution so well and become a managing trustee of these institutions and run the institution so well. Understand the mentality of the students and their normal liking for being rough. He treats them well. You will never see that the student gets upset. He is able to run educational institutions so well. He adjusts himself so well to educational field. After being in the taxation field and being a member of the taxation tribunal, to adjust yourself to become a educational head is very difficult. And but for him, I do not think that this institution could have earned such a name. The college could have earned such a name. His relationship with the staff is something appreciable, and we should see that is maintained. You will never get into loggerheads, but at the same time, he is very strict in discipline. He never allows anyone to get away with anything they do. Disciplinary action is taken then and there, and he is very firm in such things. So it is my prayer that on his 80th birthday, he should live long. He should have many more years of life. And he should serve our institution much longer. Even if I am not in the institution, I request him to continue in this institution and see that his name and fame is upheld. I wish both Mr. Palamalai and Mrs. Indra Palamalai a long life. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I move on to invite and call Mrs. Leelama John, Trustee, to share a few kind words for us, sir.
Honorable Justice, Mr. Kanagaraj, Mrs. Kanagaraj, respected Managing Trustee and Correspondent, Mr. L. Palamalai, Mrs. Indira Palamalai, Dr. Hanifa Ghosh, who has given the baton to Dr. Sridevi, the new principal, faculty members of the CTTE College, trustees, family members, and others who have joined this meeting. I deem it as a privilege to be a part of this unique function to celebrate the 80th birthday of our beloved Managing Trustee and Correspondent. I thank all the organizers and the principal for giving me an opportunity to felicitate our beloved Managing Trustee and Correspondent on this occasion when he celebrates his 80th birthday. Many of you may not know that the full history of CTTE Trust. 2 decades before, it was a sinking ship. And God heard the prayers of many. And he was merciful to send the 2 angels to our institutions, like our chairman and the managing trustee, to rescue the ship by swimming against the waves for many years. And they have pulled up the ship to such a pivotal position that anyone will be jealous of the rapid growth in the last 18 years, as you have seen in the video of the college. A person who have visited the college or schools under CTTE Trust some 15 years before, and if he comes back and visit the schools and the college now, he will be stunned to see the rapid growth in infrastructure, facilities, high-tech arrangements, quality rendered to the excellent products coming out from the institutions. I have been in the trust for 17 years. Yeah? Excuse me. Camera. Sorry for the disturbance. I have been in the trust for the past 17 years. And I was inspired by the rich qualities in our managing trustee and correspondent and the mutual understanding between the chairman and the correspondent and all other people who are working under him. He is so honest to honesty, loyal to loyalty, and meticulous and punctual in administrative work. And his planning and execution with the rich knowledge that he has developed as a collector is put into practice in our institutions. He is so humble and understanding in his dealings with others. His extraordinary administrative capacity is commendable. Sir, you are 80 now, but you can be proud and happy that the college, the schools under your care is now in 90s and 95s and reaching to 100. They are ranked as excellent in all parameters. The reward for all these will be from God, on whom you have immense faith. And it is said, whatever you do to these little ones, it is to God. I thank Mrs. Indira PALAMALAI for the support and personal sacrifice she has in allowing her to render so much service in the school, in the institution, which is the service to humanity. I pray Almighty to bless you with health, happiness and peace, and to add years to your life and life to your years. Special prayers and best wishes from Reverend Father John on this occasion. May God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. I now welcome our next trustee member, Mr. T. Shaktidhar, to express good wishes on this special occasion.
Respected Chairman, Honorable Justice Kanakaraj and Mrs. Kanakaraj, Managing Trustee and Correspondent, Mr. Palamalai and Mrs. Palamalai, Trust members, the former principal of CTTE College, Hanifa Ghosh, the principal and the vice principal, members of staff, teaching and non-teaching, and all those who are attending this meeting. It's a great privilege for me this morning to be a part of these celebrations. At the outset, let me wish Mr. Palamalai a great happy birthday, 80th birthday. As somebody said, it is the 1,000 moons we have seen, along with his wonderful wife, whose support really a great sense of satisfaction to everyone. I wish you, sir, you continue as our chairman rightly pointed out, continue as our managing trustee and correspondent in the years to come, and continue the good services that you have rendered and you are going to render to these institutions and the trust. Yes, I came very close contact with him since 2003 as a principal administration and then as a principal, then of course with a short gap here and there as a trust member. But what I notice in him is honesty, his integrity, and his administrative skills and his commitment. Whenever I look at Mr. Palamalai, I'm reminded of our founder. Every pie that is collected in the fish counter, that was founder's dream should go back to the institutions in the form of facilities to the children, quality of education, and to the teaching and non-teaching members, the welfare of these two groups. That was his first thing, and Mr. Palamalai exactly does the same thing. I don't know how it coincides, maybe the God's wish. The founder has that in mind throughout, that everybody should go back to the institutions in one form or the other. And Mr. Palamalai exactly does the same thing. Both have that skill of planning well, executing the plans on time. Of course, as Mrs. John rightly pointed out, these are the two messiahs sent by God to these institutions. As rightly pointed out in 2003, that's the turning point in CTTE Trust matters. The matters were worse, and perhaps they had entered not knowing the full implications of the court verdict. Perhaps, maybe I am right or wrong. But they never went back on their promise. When today I remember our chairman on this annual day announcing, I will not take a bite from the trust. And Mr. Palamalai also never took his honorarium till the finances have stabilized. His experience as a collector and as a taxman really brought out the best in him in his administration of the schools. As rightly our chairman made a remark, he was never in the education field, but he has understood the intricacies of these problems, and he has planned out well, and he has shed light on various areas even to the best educators of these institutions. He was really a guide in the administrations. I remember him, even if you go to his office, he offers tea gladly, but he pays from his pocket. Such a simple man never takes a payout from the trust for his personal use. It is really a matter of pride for all of us that such pair have come into our institutions. And after coming into the institutions, the shape of the institutions have changed dramatically. And I should say that it is one of our institutions are the best institutions in the north of Chennai. And no doubt in a few years, they may even dominate the entire Tamil Nadu. Both in quality, quantity, they have that capacity now. Yes, to enumerate his achievements, I think the meeting is not sufficient. But a few I should say. The digitization of classrooms and the infrastructure strengthening of that, the new buildings, the new libraries, the auditoriums, and above all, with the A grade by NAC, and the wonderful way he conducts himself in those interactive sessions with teachers. I think there is no person who cannot but love our managing trustee and correspondent. His strength is his quick decisions. And his strength is his discipline. His discipline, not only in matters of administration, but also in the matters of finance. And that is why, even in this pandemic situation, we are able to pay our staff unlike other institutions, we are able to pay to some extent the salaries of staff, teaching staff, and full payment for our non-teaching staff, and full pensions for our pensioners. That is really a great achievement, I should say. And he is not resting on that. He wanted to give the full payment as and when the situation improves. And I'm sure by 2021 January, he will be able to pay out the full salaries to all members of staff. Really, it is a great lesson to all of us how we should lead a life which is peaceful at home. Of course, Mrs. Indra PALAMALAI is responsible for that, bearing all these troubles of our husband. But managing trustee never is upset over any issue, whether it is college or school or staff member or student. He will immediately attend to these problems, and you find a cheer on the face of everyone who meets you. I really appreciate the way he has brought out the college and study circles there for IAS, NEET, bank examinations, NEET, as well as JE examinations. All remember institutions which are not in our trust, maybe the other private institutions, they collect a lot of fees for all these activities that they do. But like our founder, I remember, he gives everything free coaching. And that is a wonder. I really wonder how he finds the finance for all this. It is all his greatness, I should say. On this occasion, therefore, wish him a very happy birthday and long life along with his wife. He should cross the century, as our chairman really said. It is not something great nowadays. People are in Japan, I find more centurions, and Indians are also becoming centurions. And I'm sure the God will be with them and may lead them to a very peaceful life throughout, and leading us also into peaceful situations. I wish you, sir and madam, once again, a very wonderful, long life. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir. It is my honor to extend a heartfelt welcome to our former principal, Madam Dr. Hanifa Ghosh, to offer her best wishes to us, sir.
Let me at the outset convey my pranams to our beloved Mr. PALAMALAI, Managing Trustee of this great institution and all the institutions under the trust. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Is it audible?
Yes, yes.
Yes,
My pranams to you, sir. I'm really very happy to be a part of this celebration. Honorable Chairman, respected, beloved Managing Trustee, our dear Mrs. Leelama John, Mr. Shaktidhar, my dear Principal who has just taken charge, Dr. Sridevi, the Vice Principal, Dr. Meenakshi, all the deans of the college, all my dear colleagues with whom I have had so much of joy working in the past, and also my beloved students who are present here for this great celebration. I think it is such a wonderful occasion, and I remember we used to think about this day even when I was in office last year, and we used to think about the different ways in which we would celebrate it. But for the pandemic, we have not been able to realize those dreams. But that Dr. Sridevi planned this G-Meet, and she has made it possible. I congratulate her. And I'm so happy that I have also been invited as a part of this happy celebration. On this occasion, I would also like to record that it is not just the birthday, it is the 80th birthday and something wonderful that we have been looking forward to. But more than that, I think it's a double celebration because it is also the wedding anniversary of our beloved correspondent and Mrs. Indra. So my hearty greetings to you, both of you. I think behind every successful man, there is a great woman, and Mrs. Indra is that great woman. So at every stage of life, madam, you have been a great support to our managing trustee, edging him, supporting him, giving him all that is the requisite needs to become such a great person. So my hearty greetings to both of you on this occasion. May God bless you, both of you, with long life, togetherness, happiness, good health, so that, sir, you can continue the great work that you are doing for many, many more years. We pray, just as our Honorable Chairman said, that you continue to lead the institutions in the capacity of managing trustee for many more years to come. Because the institutions can do well only under the leadership of our Chairman, Justice Kanakaraj, and our Managing Trustee, Mr. Palamalai, with the support of all the trustees. On this occasion, I would just like to record a few things about my experiences. I think Mr. Palamalai has had a very illustrious career, no doubt about that. As collector of Pudukkottai, I think that was a great post that he enjoyed. And 1984, when he was conferred with IAS, it was something fantastic. There are two occasions that have made a big impression on my mind. One is when he was asked as a member of the management to be present for a meeting in the university, and then Colonel Thiruvasanam, he was the Vice Chancellor. And when the Vice Chancellor, Colonel Dr. Thiruvasanam, saw our managing trustee in the audience, he was so happy and impressed that he almost gave him an ovation there by saying that how he knew him earlier, and that there were occasions when he, as a Yadava College principal, had to go and meet him, who was the collector. And he talked with so much of respect. And he said, if there is one great man present in the audience, he knew for sure that it was Mr. Palamalai. And you can imagine how happy I was on that day to be there in that audience. And there was another occasion when we had to go and meet IAS officers, Sheila Balakrishnan and others. And the moment we entered the room, all the serving IAS officers, they stood up to greet him. And they were so happy to see him. And they said that he has always been a role model for everyone. So such a great person being our managing trustee, serving our institution is something, it was a godsend. I think God really opened his eyes in 2003 when he chose our chairman, such a righteous, a man of integrity to head the institutions. And he in turn was guided by God to choose Mr. Palamalai. That was when it was a turning point for all the institutions, and ever since we have not looked back at all. All that we have achieved is because of the present management and because of our chairman and managing trustee. I think Sir has played a very active role in college. I remember when he chose me as principal, as acting principal in the beginning, I had absolutely no confidence, and I went almost crying to him, sir, I have no experience even as vice principal, what can I do? And it was he who gave me confidence and said, you can do it, Ma, go ahead and do it. I'm sure you'll do well. And for every small thing, I used to go running to him. He's such a great leader. He can guide us and tell us what is the right mode of action in everything. So we are all so lucky to have had you. And I think as principal, I have been extremely lucky to have you during my entire tenure. And I have been able to work under your guidance, because I know that whatever I may have, like people say, I did, it was done only because of the support of the management and the support of the managing trustee. I remember even at the last minute, after the mock inspection for NAC, I went running to sir and said, "Sir, we don't have smart classes." And Dr. Sethuraman says that's going to be a very big weakness for us. And he immediately sanctioned one smart classroom for each department. These are things that not many managements will do. So thank you, sir, for all that you have been. My prayers, may God bless you and Mrs. Indra, who is such a sweet person. I know her personally, who has always been very, very loving, affectionate. I cannot bless you. I greet you. I pray for you. And I wish that you will continue to remain healthy and strong in the years to come, and that you'll be able to lead the institution under the new principal to greater and greater heights. I'll continue to pray for this. Thank you all very much for giving me an occasion to be present on this memorable day. Thank you very much.
Thank you, madam. I now welcome Mrs. R. Rajalakshmi, Dean of Academics, Head Department of Commerce, sharing her wishes on this special day.
Good afternoon to all of you. I thank all the members for having given the opportunity to express my feelings. And there are many occasions to talk about our correspondent. Let me restrict myself to 2 occasions. The first occasion, which is highly unforgettable. Few days back, we had a meeting with our newly appointed principal, Dr. Mrs. Sridevi. And we were talking about the adoption of best practice for next NAC. We have started preparing ourselves for the next NAC. Immediately, our principal, she said, why don't we adapt? Google Classroom is the best, Google Classroom is the best practice. Yes. That time, our correspondent occupied my mind. And immediately I saluted from my heart and said, not only the effort of our correspondent, even former principal, Dr. Mrs. Hanifa Ghosh, has to be really thanked for this activity. Otherwise, we would have been totally in dark without knowing how to operate the system. Even in spite of repeated practices, we struggle sometimes in front of students, where the students are tech-savvy people able to handle the camera or the technology very easily, whereas we find it difficult. But we are no way inferior to them because of the guidance given by our former principal and our correspondent. So from bottom of my heart, I really thank our principal, former principal, and our correspondent. Only because of this, we are able to be the forerunner. We are able to lead other colleges. When the other colleges were struggling to start the classes, I proudly patted myself and told them, when my students called me and asked me, how are you managing the classes? And they said, ma'am, we are uploading videos. No, we are straight facing the camera and meeting the students, and we have made virtual classroom as physical classroom. Without our management's effort, definitely this would not have been made possible. So in that way, I can call my correspondent as forerunner of all the activities. He's a forerunner of all the activities. And the second occasion, during NAC, like mad people, we were running around, focusing only on grade A. And after meeting correspondent, sir, our former principal came to us. Even today, I remember the words sent by you, sir, through our former principal. She came immediately to the room when we were totally perplexed. She said, nothing to it. A correspondent, he said, I trust your quality service. I'm not going to be dependent on the grade what other people are giving. Anyhow, try your level best. Like our father, he said, even if you don't get good rank, there is no problem. Yeah, I trust your service. Only one person from whom we could get the words like our father is only you, sir. We cannot forget the words given by you. And these are the qualities which I could see in you. The way you used to climb the staircase and go to your room made me to think, no way, you should not say your legs are paining. Look at a person who is going around and doing everything at this age. You are much younger to him. Why not you? So never used to use the lift. I have not seen you using lift except few occasions. So that made me to correct myself. Sometimes I avoid using lift, keeping you in my mind. And sometimes used to say, don't use lift. There are people who are walking and going, why not you? So that corrected me. And your punctuality. Right time at 10 o'clock, I can see you there in the office. And if you're unable to come due to some meetings, they used to say in the office, what the people they talk about, based on that, I could sense your punctuality. And a good memory. It cannot be compared even with computer memory. And you don't have delete button in your memory, I think. Megabytes and gigabyte storage memory you have. So you don't have delete button in your memory. And honesty. When Metro Water people and other people used to come and talk about this, and no, I cannot do that. So good memory, honesty, and straightforwardness, commitment, sincerity are the qualities which I could see in you. And sometimes looking at your qualities, I fine tune my qualities. I feel that I compare, I take you as a role model to shape my qualities. And I pray to God to give you and your wife a long, happy, healthy life. As our chairman rightly pointed out, to become the permanent managing trustee and correspondent of our institute. Though I don't have ways to bless you, I can pray to God sincerely for our chairman and correspondent a long life to become the permanent members of the institution. I have seen you both walking on the stage like brothers. So I pray to God to give your family and chairman family a happy and long life. Thank you for the opportunity given to me. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. It's time to welcome Dean of Students, Head Department of English, Mrs. Beena Thomas, to convey her regards and wishes to us, sir. Ma'am, I request you to kindly unmute yourself, ma'am.
Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Sorry,
Yes.
just at the right time or the wrong time, I had a technical glitch.
You are
Good
audible.
morning.
I think you can continue.
Okay. Good morning and warm greetings to all of you. This is the day that the Lord has made, and we shall rejoice in it. Yes, we thank God that the Lord has made this day for all of us, that the Lord has bestowed upon our dear managing trustee and correspondent 8 decades of valuable life. May I at the outset wish you, sir, a very happy 80th birthday and wedding anniversary wishes too. Leaders are by definition change makers, and that this definition remains proved in the outstanding changes brought to this institution, all the institutions under the CTTE Trust by our chairman and correspondent. Much has been said, much has been shown, and let me restrict my felicitations to 1 or 2 factors only. As you all know, I am a chip of the trust. I'm a chip from the block called St. Mary's. As someone who knew the late Chevalier T. Thomas, I believe that it is the invisible will of the late founder T. Thomas that brought you, sir, for us. Today being St. Mary's Day, and St. Mary being so close to the heart of late T. Thomas, I should say it is not mere coincidence that you are here for us. Here I should say I would like to echo a lot of sentiments that my dear teacher, Mr. Shaktidhar sir, just shared with us. There is, yes, a lot in common with you, between you and the late founder. I remember T. Thomas as someone who had great passion for his dreams, for the dreams for his institutions. And it is with the same passion and perseverance that we see you, sir, functioning for the trust. The photograph in your room and the repeated commitment that you say and show to the ideals set behind by T. Thomas is something that I always used to marvel at. Having occupied so many high positions, you have humbly accepted the staff that came to you, and with more or even more dedication, you have taken this institution forward and we have come this far. I think this is something that always I carry with me, and I thank for the great fortune that has come upon us in this manner. Talking about the personality of our dear correspondent, everything about him is worth emulation. That is what we just heard from everyone. But one of the greatest, a rare quality in the present millennium is integrity. In a millennium that is scarcely producing a role model for others to follow, we have in our managing trustee and correspondent someone who stands tall for both the faculty and the students to learn lessons for life and profession. In fact, our college, CTTE College, will be one of the rarest of rare institutions. I should say all the institutions that uphold integrity in the truest sense of the word and its value. When self-financing colleges have now become synonymous with everything wrong and have acquired wrong connotations, our college stands differently significant. This is something really great, and sir, you have taught us that it is possible to stay honest and achieve all that we want to achieve. Even when we take this forward to our students, we are able to talk to them with conviction and point fingers at you and say, here is a person, here is a personality who has proved that you can reach success in life, that you can serve humanity by remaining honest. I think this is a rare quality in this world today, and it is something that defines you hugely, and we are proud and we are thankful to God that we are associated with such a person of high integrity. Ever encouraging to both faculty and students, as has been mentioned, whether it is books or facilities, he has touched upon all of us, and so has he touched upon us with his compassion. In fact, it is not always expressed. He may not always show it. I just want to share a personal incident. It was the time when I returned after I had a surgery, when I almost lost my voice, and we were organizing a panel discussion. And after several months, when I went up to the stage to make the announcement, I remember that particular scene where I saw a dear correspondent seated in the front row. And when I first made the announcement, when I spoke into the mic, I could see him do this and show a sigh of relief, as if he was relieved that I had got my voice back. There is one moment I treasured, is just the gesture which made me understand how he was concerned with the welfare of his faculty and students. So I should also say, staff members, faculty members, particularly some of us, the seniors, when we went through tough times, even I as a St. Marian, I joined this institution, I invested my career in this institution. When we went through tough times, some of us chose to stay here. It was very, very difficult period for us. And today, if we stand proud and tall with in a college accredited with A, so this is the moment where I want to tell you that we are highly indebted to you, sir, because it means a lot for us, those of us who have invested our career. So to bring back hope in us, to bring back trust in our own efforts, you have been determined, and we thank you at this point, sir. In conclusion, let me tell you, if 80 is a big, doubly round number, then the richest portion of its roundness were given to us, the institutions under CTTE Trust. We benefited immensely from the roundness of the rich experience and wisdom of this great personality, Mr. L. PALAMALAI. So we thank God and we thank you, sir, for all that you have been to us. And I use this opportunity once again on your 80th birthday to thank you and for all that you did for us, day in and day out. And we wish you many, many more years of good health, and as many of them requested, to stay on with us as a centurion and do more and more for this institution. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. I now invite a former IQAC coordinator, Head Department of Corporate Secretaryship, Mrs. Mercy Sylvester, to wish happiness by words of joy to our sir.
Thank you. O God, we give thanks, we declare your wondrous deeds. Honorable Chairman, respected Managing Trustee and Correspondent, Trustees, former Principal Dr. Hanifa Ghosh, Principal Dr. Sridevi, faculty members, and dear students, good afternoon to all of you. At the outset, on this joyous occasion, let me congratulate our Managing Trustee and Correspondents on his 80th birthday. Sir, you are truly an inspiring, and we are really blessed to have you as our leader. You are worthy of all respect and love as a wise leader. Blessed are they who always do what is just and follow righteousness at all times. A correspondent lives to this. Your integrity, empathy, humility, accountability, vision, and positivity are really amazing. The way you transformed our institution is worth mentioning here. Your tremendous effort and dedication has transformed the lives of many people. As an able administrator, your fame was established in every place you served as an IAS officer, as commissioner, law board member, and various capacities. We are really privileged to have you as a leader and a mentor. When you look back over 80 years, I hope you cherish all your memories. I hope and wish and pray that your 80th birthday is filled with love from your family and friends, unforgettable moments, never-ending joy, and happy memories. Congratulations on your 80th birthday, sir, to you, and you are truly an inspiration, and we are really blessed to have you here with us, sir. God's love for those who fear him is everlasting, and his blessings for their children's children. May you have a very happy and healthy 80th birthday, and as you celebrate your 53rd wedding anniversary, may you and Madam enjoy many and many more beautiful years of togetherness ahead of you. Happy 80th birthday and happy wedding anniversary, sir. Thank you for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you, ma'am. The joy continues as we have a correspondent, sir, expressing with his words of wisdom. Welcome, sir.
Sir, you have to unmute your mic, sir. Sir, you have to switch on your mic. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, it's on.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Respected Honorable Justice J. Kanagaraj, our beloved chairman, Mrs. Florence Kanagaraj, beloved wife of our chairman, Mr. Leelama John and Mr. T. Saktidhar, trustees, Dr. Hanifa Ghosh, former principal of CTTE College, Dr. S. Sridevi, principal of CTTE College, Dr. Meenakshi, vice principal of the college, Mrs. Rajalakshmi, Mrs. Veena Thomas, Mrs. Mary Sylvester, and Mrs. Swarna, faculty members of the college, CTTE Trust staff members, CTTE college members, faculty members of the college, students, friends, and at the outset, I thank you all for this wonderful function you have organized to celebrate the 80th birthday of myself. I thank Dr. Hanifa Ghosh, Dr. Meenakshi, and Dr. Sridevi for organizing this beautiful function. When Meenakshi approached me that it was the idea left by Dr. Hanifa Ghosh, and we have come here to request you to accept this invitation for the function. I was very much elated, and Dr. Sridevi spoke to me about this function, program, all those things. And I'm very grateful to our chairman, Honorable Justice J. Kanagaraj, who has been kind enough to speak so nicely about me, and even going to the extent of asking to continue forever in the trust. And I would not have come to the trust but for the benevolence of our chairman and the kindness he showered on me to join this trust. Before going into this felicitation and giving my acceptance for what you have said, I think this is the right time for me to say something about my past and to express my gratitude for people who helped me the long career of completing this 80 years. At the outset, I thank two women in my life who played the major role. One, of course, is my mother, Tirumadi Paunambal, and another one is my wife, Tirumadi P. Indra. Why I mention about my mother is, I just want to quote two instances. One is, when I was in the 9th standard, and she parted a portion of her ancestral property to her brother along with other sisters and others. And she told that I did not want any money, but whatever is the money as my share you wanted to give, keep it with you, and I want you to use it for the studies of my son in the college. That was the gesture she gave long back before even I did my 9th standard. Another occasion is SSLC exam, when I was faced with the dilemma of paying 15 rupees as the exam fees. She came forward to sell her silver anklet and then give the money as the exam fees. So these are the gestures really that lifted me, and she molded me so well to come out in the life with honesty, sincerity, and whatever qualities you can think of. And I'm very gifted with my wife because 3 years after our marriage, when she was in the family way, we fixed the marriage of my younger sister. Then I found shortage of gold jewelry to meet the demand of this bridegroom's family. And my wife immediately said, "You take me gold necklace of 8 sovereign and do that marriage." That is the gesture she gave, and we completed the marriage. Another occasion is when I was to be posted as collector of Pudukkottai, and the chief secretary, TV Anthony, called me and said, "PALAMALAI, I'm posting you as a collector." I told him, "Sir, you give me a day's time to think and convey my final decision." Because at the time, his sons and daughter were studying in the school, and the son entered the 12th standard. And I told my wife, "Will it be possible for you to manage with the children and my mother or with the family when I go as a collector? Because you will not be able to accompany me as collector's wife." And she immediately said, "You take up the job, I will take care of the children." That's why I took my mother when I was posted as a collector of Pudukkottai, and she never bothered of enjoying the privilege of district collector during my postings. And this same thing happened when I was posted as collector of Sivaganga also. Then also she said, "I'll be in Chennai and I'll come there when I get holidays for the children." So that's the way in which she behaved. And she is not enamored of any gold ornaments or expensive sarees or any such big things. So that is a good quality in her that guided me. And even when I joined this trust, there was a difficult occasion immediately, and she even thought of asking me to get quick. So she said, "We will meet the chairman." And I took her to the chairman, and it was the chairman who consoled her that I should continue the trust. And she returned with confidence, and even now she runs with all confidence. So I'm very grateful to these two people. And I would like to say about my early days also, because I come from a low middle income group only. So only thing is, so everything we should think of before acting. And my early days, when I was in the 5th standard, the teacher, Mr. Vasulingam, told that being a bright student, you appear for 6th standard entrance exam, and if you pass, you get through. Why you waste 1 year in the 5th standard? I took his advice and I got through. That's why I got into 6th standard, escaping or skipping 5th standard. So I always remember him. And in the school, the influencing factor is the principal, T.D. Satidas, very effective and very honest and sincere headmaster. So he was the role model to all of us. And there was Mrs. Koil Pillai, who was a teacher in the 10th standard, and Mr. N. Kupasamy, the Tamil teacher, who really motivated all the students. So we are very grateful to them. And in the college, I studied intermediate in Pachas College, Kanjipuram, and the commerce teacher, Lakshmi Radhan, inspired me about taking a BCom honors with good marks in the intermediate. So that's how I was fortunate to get admission in Laila College, the BCom honors, and there Professor Soundararajan guided me, and says Swaminathan, the assistant professor, was my professor, guide, friend for a long time in molding my character. And I'm very grateful to many of my friends in helping me in my long life. I would like to mention about one gentleman, Thiru PM Namadev Chettiar. While I was in the second year of my BCom honors, we were in great trouble. I was about to stop from the college. Then my father met him because he knows him earlier and said, if you can give me a job in your oil mill, that will go a long way in educating my son or continuing his studies. And he immediately obliged, not only obliged, he went to the extent of telling me to go to his house in the night and occupy the upstairs portion that would be vacant and then study very peacefully. And he was one who supported me so well, and I could complete my commerce honors with great distinction. Why I'm saying all these things? These are the great people who guided me. And of course, I missed in 1963 IAS in the interview. Even though I passed the exam, I just missed it. But luckily, I was selected to Group 1 service as the Joint Commercial Tax Officer. I am grateful to the chairman, Thiru Sivanandam, who was a former Home Secretary, a man, I will say, embodiment of integrity and honesty, who selected me and joined in 1965 the Commercial Tax Department. And then my role model was the Deputy Commissioner, Mr. S. Narasimhan, who was IAS later. And he guided me. And thereafter, I would say, in 1967, my friend R. Tamani, he joined me in the Commercial Tax Services. We wrote together, and he was all along, we are complementing each other and helping, and even today he travels with me. In my college days, I could think of the school days, my friends K. Subramaniam and S. M. Prabhakaran, who retired as a general manager of State Bank, and was very helpful when I took over or when I joined the trust, especially to open an account with the State Bank of India. And the Inter Sivaprakasam, Govindarajan and all, very helpful to me in my commerce honors. Through K. Meenakshi, who later retired as GM of Bank of India and who is no more. He was the full supporter of me in the college. I spent many days in his room, and I was his guest in the hostel for many days. So people helped me throughout the career, and after joining commercial taxes, of course, I rose from joint commercial tax officer to the level of deputy commissioner of commercial taxes. Deputy Commissioner of Commercial Taxes, and thanks to the Minister, Honorable Thiru S.D. Somasundaram, who was so affectionate towards me after seeing my performance, especially in the enforcement side as Assistant Commissioner, where my colleagues, Mr. A. Appavu and P.R. Orion, they helped me to do very good tax evasion cases, to deduct such cases. And he created 4 extra posts of Deputy Commissioner, which gave me early promotion and thus paved my way to get into the zone of IAS. I'm grateful to Mr. B. Vijayaraghavan IAS, who was the Commissioner of Commercial Taxes, who really appreciated the good work and recommended my name, and with great reports to the government. Ultimately, I was fortunate enough to get selected from the non-civil service category and get into this IAS. And after getting into the IAS, I worked in various places as you have shown in your biodata, and value very much working as sub-collector Kumbakonam, collector Pudukkottai, and collector Sivagangai, where I had occasion to help the downtrodden people day in and day out to earn their appreciation the appreciation of all, and I just skillfully managed MLAs from different parties. That's a very difficult task, and I managed them, and that earned the goodwill of my superiors, especially the chief secretary and all. And later, while I was in the TWAD board, Tamil Nadu Water Supply and Drainage Board, as managing director, Honorable Thiru Kosi Mani, Minister, was so kind to give a lot of freedom to execute various schemes, especially combined water supply schemes and all that schemes, and then earn the goodwill of not only the officers, all the people and all. See, this time, the whole career, people helped me to come up in life. And after retirement on 31/3/1998, I joined as a member of Tamil Nadu Taxation Special Tribunal, and I'm very grateful to Dr. Kalaignar for giving an opportunity to serve after superannuation. And I consider 1/4/1998 as the later day in my life, when I met Justice Sri J. Kanagaraj as my chairman, and I worked with him for 3 years. 3 years on the tribunal bench as member. He gave me full freedom, support, and then gave me an opportunity to write a lot of judgments, and many judgments appeared in the taxation, journals. And I'm always grateful to him for giving me such an opportunity. And he retired. I just continued that for one more year when Justice Thangaraj was the chairman. So I virtually retired in March 2002. And there was a gap of 7 or 8 months in between. Meanwhile, somewhere in July or August 2002, when my younger son was to go to States to take a PhD degree after completing his medicine here in Kilpack Medical College, I went to his house because chairman knows my son well. We wanted to take his blessings. So I went with the wife and son to his house to take the blessings of chairman and his wife. And he blessed my son. At that time, he casually mentioned, "PALAMALAI, now your son will be away and you will be only with my wife here in Ainavaram. And I have an assignment on hand. I'm the chairman of CTTE test connected with some education institution, and we want some good people to assist in running the institution. If you agree, I will propose your name to the High Court so that if you could join, it would be helpful to me." Then I said yes, because I value him so much. And when he said this, I immediately agreed. That is how he mentioned to the High Court. The High Court approved this, and we came into the CTTE Trust, and we took charge in 10th January 2003. At that time, the idea of the chairman was, we'll run the institution for a short time till the financial difficulties are over. Once everything is over, we'll hand over and then walk out. That's what he told me. Unfortunately, it didn't happen. And it so happened, we continue for a long time. And whatever we have done and you have said is due to our chairman's guidance only. But for the guidance of chairman, you would not have achieved so much. Because he is the one who would say we should have something substantial to leave when you go out of this institution. That is how we constructed additional building in Kottayam, Marian Senior Secondary School first. And now it is called Cora K. George Block, in memory of Cora K. George, who fought the trust. And now we have a beautiful building in CTTE College as Dr. Elizabeth Block. And this thing would not have come but for the advice and guidance of the chairman. I used to tell the chairman that so long as you continue as chairman, sir, I would continue here as a managing trustee. And we both of us could carry on with the work to the extent possible. As I said, we had difficulties in tiding over the financial crisis, and whatever we have been doing is only through the guidance of our chairman and the trustees. Mrs. Leelama John and Mrs. Sakidhar, they take so much of interest. They interact with the staff every month and students also in the schools, and then guide them to improve the standard of the schools and the knowledge of the students. That's how they have been helping all these years, apart from their contribution in the trust activities. And Dr. Hanifa Ghosh, I would like to say that she, for 14 years as principal, she did extremely a very good job, and everything in bringing new courses, or even in the building. In building, we only did the finance. Whatever the money we needed, we gave through the resolution, and every aspect of this building construction she saw, and even this auditorium, landscape, everything I would say, how meticulously she would organize convocations, annual day, functions, and for the improvement of the children, for the students, whatever thing that should be done, she will come very politely with some requests and discuss with me, and ultimately she will achieve it. That is the greatness. Not only this greatness, it is the greatness of every principal, I would say. When Mr. Leelama John was there, or Mr. Sakti there, or Gurunathan, everyone took so much of interest in the institutions, and they built up the institution like anything, of course, with solid support from the trust side. And for that, everyone worked hard and achieved it. Even for the building, Mercy Sylvester, she used to go and to fight with the banks to get the funds. That's how she was instrumental in getting the loan. Not only in loan, even for closing loan she has to go, because they said, why close it? You just continue with the installment. Then she pointed out how financially it is a loss to the institution and all. That's what every one of you, Rajalakshmi as HOD of Common Department, Swarna, everyone I would say, everyone in the computer science department, everyone contributes so well. And even when we conduct this NEET program, and the college assistant professor joined with the school teachers to conduct the free classes, especially during this pandemic period. They conducted classes online to the students and then motivated them. That's why I used to say, institutions have come up so nicely, right from the guidance of our honorable chairman and down to this staff. Even I would say, the sweepers who sweep so well the campus and keep the classrooms clean, and everyone has contributed this. And I'm very grateful to our trust staff members. They have been giving me excellent support in doing the job so neatly. And even in this pandemic period, they attended office even during lockdown, and then saw on first the staff got the salary. That is how the meticulous way is they work, and I am very grateful to all my staff members. I mean, for such thing. And this is the thing I get from my school principals, even the present principals, Raj Shekhar, Miriam Asila Jairani, Shivakumar, Sharon Kingsley, and Rajita. Rajita, as principal of Marian Senior Secondary School, Kottayam, is doing excellent job. Even in this pandemic period, she was able to collect money to see that the teachers are paid full salary. That's how she is working. And only in Chennai, we are not able to pay from May to the teachers full salary, only 50% we are paid. And you could consider the magnanimity of our board. They decided whatever the balance, it will be paid to the staff members. The passed resolution, they said they should be communicated to the staff members for their knowledge, so that everyone will know that they will get their full salary, even though at a later period of time. That's the magnanimity of the college. As our motto is to see whatever the money comes, the secretary nicely put it, it should go to students in any way, either as an infrastructure or good salary to the teachers, and our good facilities, giving free coaching in various aspects, various way, giving the music, dance, I mean, our sports activities, special sports activities, we have been doing it, and everything. I would say that whatever you said about me, that doing and felicitating me on this occasion, and I would say with my whole heart and sincerity that I've been doing it only because of the support given by my chairman and all trustees and all principals and supervisory staff members and faculty staff members, non-teaching staff members, everyone gives the confidence. And even during this, we had pieces in my family when my drivers used to help my family. I would not forget the service of Balaraman and Vinayak Murthy, I mean, my drivers on this occasion, and also the staff. Whenever we needed help, they used to come. Even the pandemic period, they used to come and help us. That's how we carry on. And I'm very grateful to the teaching staff members and super staff members for conducting this online class, the college as well as the school, which earned the goodwill of parents and students. And we have been doing very well on this occasion. And I hope the other financial crisis that has arisen now will be over, because we are confident of collecting the fees and then paying the teachers well and then running the institution so well. And Dr. Meenakshi, as principal in charge, has seen that maximum numbers of students are admitted. That's a very great thing, apart from conducting online classes. And I will not forget Dr. Sumiki, the librarian, for her involvement in NEET classes, apart from running efficiently the library. And Mary Catherine has arranged this kind of online meet. And everyone, Anubha Jain is a anchor person today, and everyone has really done a fine job. And I do not know to express my gratitude in whatever way on this occasion. I got your gift, the principal, the staff, on this occasion of my birthday as well as my anniversary, wedding anniversary, and we all celebrate with elation the goodwill you have shown to me, and probably I have taken a long time in expressing my gratitude to one and all, to you. And I once again wish to tell our beloved chairman, sir, continue as the chairman for some more time till we see the pandemic financial difficulties over and the college grows up, especially with Dr. Sridevi, with so much experience. She will do very well in following the footsteps of Dr. Hanifa Ghosh, and we should be a support to Sridevi and to these staff members during this period. And I wish you all well, and thank you all for whatever thing you have done to me and to my wife on this occasion. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. From the bottom of my heart, I really thank you for sharing your life experiences and motivating us. I shall now bring the celebration to a conclusion by inviting Mrs. K. Swarna, Head Department of Accounting and Finance, to present the vote of thanks.
A very good afternoon, everyone. Gratitude is the most beautiful way to express all that is in our heart by saying thank you. I would like to express my deep sense of gratitude to our Honorable Chairman, Justice J. Kanakaraj, retired Judge of High Court, for his felicitations and our correspondent on his happy occasion. Thank you, sir. It is my great pleasure to thank the Madam for joining us. I am greatly honored to our correspondent, sir, 3L PALAMALAI, IAS retired, for being the biggest source of inspiration to all of us. May God bless abundantly and shower his choicest blessings for a healthy and long life. Thank you so much, sir. I thank Madam for joining this happy occasion. I wish to express my humble thanks to Mrs. Leelama John, Madam, Trustee, CTTE Trust, for joining us on this memorable occasion. I'm happy to express my special thanks to Shaktidhar sir for this attending this valuable presence in this happy occasion by offering his felicitations. My profound thanks are due to our beloved Madam Dr. Hanifa Ghosh, former principal, for offering her felicitations. I wish to extend my heartfelt thanks to our principal, Dr. Sridevi, for welcoming in a beautiful way for this happy celebration. My special thanks are due to Dr. Meenakshi, our Vice Principal, who is always a pillar of support in all our activities. I thank Dean of Students, Mrs. Beena, Academic Dean, Mrs. Rajalakshmi, former IQAC Coordinator, Mrs. Mercy Sylvester, for their wonderful word of felicitations for this function. My special thanks are due to the entire technical team for their constant and excellent support in this pandemic period, for their tireless service. I thank the Trust Office members for joining us. I wish to express a big thanks for all our office and non-teaching staff members for their timely support in all our endeavors and organizing all the events. I extend my thanks to my colleagues who serve this institution with a great zeal and dedication. I deem it as a privilege to thank all our students, especially the students who took initiative in great effort in making this function a grand success. Thank you all. Let us all have a national anthem now.
We thus shall pay respect to our nation, giving all a sense of great pride.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
A closure note. Have a happy 80th birthday, sir. Hope your day is a perfect blend of happy things from start to end. And hope you'll find the year in store